Hey guys, what is up? My name is Justin and welcome back to the BinkSports YouTube channel. What I have for you today is episode 3 of Transaction Tuesday. Gonna hop right into it, starting off with the quarterbacks. If you're like me and you have Tom Brady, he's on a bye this week. Marcus Mariota's on a bye too, but if you have him, you probably have somebody else better or equally as good. If you're like me though, Brady was the only quarterback I drafted, so you're gonna need a QB for this week. These are the guys I'm looking at. Starting off, Andy Dalton, Michael Vick, Derek Carr, and Tyrod Taylor. Derek Carr and Tyrod Taylor have been staples on Transaction Tuesday for all 3 episodes actually. But they are most likely picked up. I know they already picked up in my league. I'm just including them in the list just in case they aren't picked up in your league, so you can look at trying to grab them for your roster. I'm mainly looking at Andy Dalton and Michael Vick. I think if I had to pick one of them, which I actually don't really have to, I have a claim for both of them in already, but if I want, the number one guy I would like would be Andy Dalton. He's been playing great this year, and you just don't know what to expect from Vick. He might turn the ball over a lot. He's getting old. We don't know if he's going to be able to run, how his legs are, what his physical condition is, how much in shape, if he's going to be able to play a full game. He hasn't done that yet and hasn't had to because of Big Ben. So he's just been sitting there. Now he's going to have to be thrown into the fire of a Thursday night game, quick turnaround, rivalry game at home against the Ravens. So that one might be a little tough, so I would probably lean on trying to get Andy Dalton if I had a choice. But I'm in second place right now, so the waiver wire might not go my way. Hopefully Dalton is able to be on my squad, though. For the running backs, we have Carlos Williams, Thomas Rawls, Bilal Powell, Devontae Freeman, and Matt Jones. I really like the potential for Carlos Williams. He scored a touchdown each game so far this season, and if LaShawn McCoy is unable to play, then he's going to be a very good option if he's able to start in Buffalo. Thomas Rawls did a great job in the second half for the Seahawks. And if Marshawn, same type of deal. If Marshawn is unable to play this week, sorry guys, if he's unable to play this week, then he's definitely a viable option. Probably RB2, RB3 flex option there for sure. I think he had like 140 yards, something like that. I know he had 16 carries. I don't know. It was over 100 yards though. So good potential there out of him. Next, I'm looking at Bilal Powell. Kind of the same thing with Marshawn. If Chris Ivory is unable to go for the Jets, then Powell's the next man up. He'll be a good option. Devontae Freeman, if he is somehow available on your waiver wire, definitely go after him. Great game this week, and I was able to pick him up going into this matchup. I had Tevin Coleman, so I needed Freeman, and he produced for me, so I was happy with that. And then finally, Matt Jones. He is definitely he's obviously a top 2 back in Washington, and he definitely has the potential to overthrow Alfred Morris. Had a bad game on Thursday night against the Giants, but if he's able to bounce back from that and reemerge and separate himself from Alfred Morris a little bit, he'll be a good option for the rest of the season. So if you have a bench spot and you're able to stash him, definitely go after Matt Jones. For the wide receivers, I'm looking at Rashard Matthews, Dante Moncrief, Michael Crabtree, and Brandon Coleman. I'll also throw Tyler Lockett in there just because of the kick and punt returns, but he's not really been a wide receiver threat. So if you want to stash him on your bench, definitely, by all means, go ahead and do so. I still have faith in Brandon Coleman. Bad game this week, but no Drew Brees, and Luke McCown was playing. Although Luke McCown did play pretty good, I still, have faith in Coleman. I expect big things out of him, especially in the red zone. He's 6'6", so you just got to throw it up, and he'll go up, grab it out of the air for you over a lot of the smaller corners in the league. So I'm definitely liking the potential that Coleman has. Same with Crabtree, down week after a really good week too. I'm not worried about that. He still has a lot of potential, especially with the way the Raiders offense is looking with them airing the ball out a lot. Which brings me to Rashard Matthews, who the Dolphins have completely restyled themselves into a pass-heavy team. I know I was really, keen on Lamar Miller going into the year, and I ranked him very high because I like the potential. I thought the Dolphins were going to be a good team, which means they would be winning and leading late in games, and they would want to go ground and pound and run the ball to kill the clock. That just hasn't happened yet. I'm still having faith in Lamar, but that's for another topic. Rashad is clearly the number 2 receiver in Miami, alongside Jarvis Landry, so definitely go after him. He's played great so far this year. And same with Dante Moncrief. Andre Johnson has disappeared off the face of the earth, basically. So Dante Moncrief is clearly the number 2 wide receiver in Indianapolis, and is definitely someone you should pick up if you can. For tight ends, I'm looking at Jordan Reed, Eric Ebron, and Charles Clay. Clay is the newest addition to Transaction Tuesday. I think he has a lot of potential in Buffalo. If, as we were talking about earlier, LaShawn McCoy is a no-go, Carlos Williams starts, they don't know, or we don't know, what the workload would be like for him. So Tyrod Taylor would probably throw the ball a little bit more, meaning more looks at Charles Clay, Percy Harvin, those guys. But Charles Clay played well this week, and I expect him to continue to be one of Tyrod Taylor's favorite targets continuing out throughout the season. Same with Jordan Reed. No Deshaun Jackson still, so Kirk Cousins definitely needs to look at Reed. He's played well so far, and I know Eric Ebron's been consistently putting up at least 10 points in PPR, so he's a great option there. Finally, for the defenses, I would say the Jets are one of my favorite defenses, but they are most likely taken already. Yeah, just because of the matchup. Miami, Tannehill threw 3 picks, and there might have been a fumble somewhere in there. I don't know if it was him or someone else. But I know the Jets have been great at creating turnovers, and Miami's been turnover-friendly, so that's a good matchup for the Jets. But they're probably off the waiver wire, so I would probably not be able to get them. But if for some reason they're on the waiver wire, definitely go after them. They would be a great addition to your squad. But the 3 defenses I'm looking at the Panthers heading into Tampa Bay, the Colts playing at home against Jacksonville, and Green Bay playing on the road against San Francisco. San Francisco did not look good this week. Kaepernick had 4 picks, including 2 pick sixes against the Cardinals. So Green Bay should have an easy day, and that's a good matchup for their defense. Panthers are my favorite defense on the waiver wire just because they're playing the Bucs. That's pretty simple. And the Colts, they're kind of a sleeper in the sense that their defense hasn't played that well. They only had 9 points this week, and that's with a pick 6. So that's only 3 points aside from the touchdown. So I don't know how the matchup is very friendly. If you want to take a risk, I would go after the Colts defense. But Colts, Panthers, and Packers are the 3 defenses I'm looking at on the waiver wire this week. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Transaction Tuesday. If you did, leave the video a thumbs up, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, if you want to try out DraftKings, look in the description below and use my link to set up your account. It'll benefit us both, and we'll be able to enter a free $3 tournament, I think it is. I was actually able to turn a 25-cent bet into $2 this week, so I know that's nothing major, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying DraftKings so far. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for me. Same usual stuff. I will see you on Friday for the next episode of Friday Night Fantasy. Take care. Have a good day.